Hi everyone, I'm Taurus from foreverconscious.com and this is your weekly energy forecast for the week of April 17th. So on April 16th, 17th, that'll depend on your time zone, we had the Libra full moon. So we'll still be feeling that energy as we enter this week. The Libra full moon is always our opportunity in the year to release, to clear, in order to create more balance and harmony in our lives. So you might be feeling that. You might be feeling that need, that desire to think about what you're putting your time and energy to, and if it's in alignment. Thinking about, where you need to create more balance in your day to day, or what needs to give in order to bring more harmony into your heart, into your world, into your home. So they're all things that we'll be working with as we start this week. Also, we have the start of Taurus season. This happens on April 19th, 20th. Again, that will depend slightly on your time zone. And this is an earthy energy. So after the hot, fiery sprint of Aries season, this is our chance to slow down, to relax. I think of the tortoise and the hare. This is about embracing the tortoise energy a little bit more, slowing down, thinking about all of those things all of those ideas, those moments of inspiration that we had during the fiery Aries season. This is our time to think about what has longevity, what has roots, what do we want to nurture so it will be with us for longer? What do we want to nurture so it can have time to grow and evolve? Aries energy is the planting of the seed, but Taurus energy is the nurturing of that seed, the energy, the commitment, the schedule that is needed to turn that seed into a flourishing forest. So this is the energy shift that's taking place this week. While this energy is very earthy and grounded and wonderful for sort of settling your being, especially if you feel like you have been, running on empty and maybe racing ahead too fast, it's also important to be mindful of not getting too bogged down, not getting too restricted by some of that earthy energy. And this will kind of depend a little bit on your personality and how the cosmic energies filter through your being. But there's a tendency to get a little stuck, to get a little rigid, to be a little resistant to change as we flow from this hot, fiery Aries season into Taurus energy. So just keep that in mind. Try to stay in the flow, especially if change does come your way, rather than resisting. See if you can find some ease, some flow, some way of riding any changes that come up. When change does come up under Taurus season and it's difficult and challenging, one of the best ways to deal with it is try to create a routine for yourself as much as possible. Try and create some stability. Write down your goals, small steps forward. That can be very soothing and healing when we do have change coming in under the Taurus sun. We also, speaking of change, have an eclipse on the horizon. As we move into Taurus season, we also begin eclipse season. We'll have 2 eclipses throughout Taurus season. One will be on April 30th. This will be a new moon solar eclipse falling in the sign of Taurus. And then the next one will be on May 15th. This will be in the sign of Scorpio, and it is a blood moon eclipse. The blood moon eclipse is definitely the more potent of the 2, and I'll talk about that more as we get closer to it. But I want to touch on this new moon solar eclipse on April 30th because eclipses are powerful. And even though we've just had that full moon, we are probably already beginning to feel the energy of the new moon solar eclipse. That's how powerful eclipses are. And we actually can feel them about a month before they arrive. This eclipse is all about new opportunities, new beginnings. If I was to pick one keyword for this eclipse, actually, it would be opportunity. It felt like doors opening, windows flying open, just so much opportunity. It also felt like sort of another key word for this eclipse, felt like rewards, being paid back, paid off, for all your hard work, everything that you've been wanting to work towards, all that hard effort you've been doing. It feels like it pays off under this eclipse. There's a really beautiful energy of opportunity behind this eclipse. There's also a little bit of surprise energy. Eclipses can already bring shocking events or bring sudden change that kind of redirects our path in a way that we didn't imagine before. And that energy is very, very amplified under this eclipse because the planet Uranus is very, very active, and Uranus is the planet of surprise, sudden change, things that, awakening, things that sort of come into our realization very quickly and very suddenly and change our course pretty abruptly. So you might actually start to notice that. It might be hard to even separate that with the full moon energies, but you may already start to notice abrupt change happening in your life. Maybe you are feeling maybe some shocking news or information comes your way, or maybe you are feeling a call to liberate, to go out there, to push a little harder for those opportunities, or maybe you are intuitively feeling that something is coming your way, that some payoff, some reward is on its way to you. So I just am dropping that in there just in case you're already starting to feel these eclipse energies. But basically with this eclipse, it's always, well, with any eclipse actually, they activate our soul contract. They bring things to us that were fated, destined, or are there to help us shift to a higher level of consciousness. Eclipses are kind of like accelerators. They bring forward events that were kind of inevitable. And the fact that they bring them forward, it can feel a bit jarring. It can feel like, oh, I'm not quite ready for this. But eclipses, the universe, they know you're ready. You're ready. This is your quantum jump. And very often when you look back on events that unfolded under eclipse, you look back and you go, yes, at the time it did not feel like that was where I was meant to be, but now as I look forward, I can see how that opportunity led to this opportunity and how it kind of aligned me exactly where I needed to be. So eclipses can feel uncomfortable because they speed things up, they activate our soul contract, they can bring jarring, sudden, unexpected events that really rattle us and change our entire life course. Of course, every eclipse is going to affect you and those around you differently. Again, we have the collective energies, which is what I'm speaking about. And then we also have how the energies filter through our own our own being. So that part of it only you know, but I'll tell you collectively that eclipses can bring change. It can be big change, life-changing change, or it can be something small. It can be just a little awareness, a new realization that then subtly shifts a path, or it can be big and loud. You will be able to tell. The other thing to keep in mind with an eclipse, especially a new moon solar eclipse, is that they are very powerful in terms of manifestation and bringing things to us. However, I want to add that it's better to use this energy to keep an open heart and to stay open to receiving what is aligned with your highest vibration, rather than trying to dictate specifics to the universe, like I want to manifest this very specific thing. I always think it's better to work with eclipse energy by just staying open, keeping your heart field open and knowing that you are worthy of receiving, and keeping your vibration lifted so you can receive what is aligned for your highest good. So keep that in mind too, and maybe as we get to the end of this week, you'll want to start tuning in and connecting with your heart. There's a lot of heart-centered energy around this eclipse, and I will talk more about it next week. So just really connecting with your heart, making sure it is open, making sure it knows it is worthy to receive these beautiful energy, these beautiful opportunities that this solar new moon eclipse can bring. So that is the energy for the week. There's a lot going on, and eclipse season can always be a little bit of a challenging time. It's important to protect your energy levels. We can feel a little bit zapped or depleted under this energy. Use some of that Taurus nourishing, earthy energy to ground yourself, to create stability, to create security for yourself, whatever that looks like for you. Use it to nourish and nurture yourself. Eat well, sleep well, all of those basic kind of primal things that will really be helpful and soothing to us as we move through some of these transformative energies that eclipses can bring. So I hope that was helpful. I hope you all have a wonderful week. You can always find more at foreverconscious.com. Thank you guys so much.